In the beginning, when chaos reigned supreme and the world was but a swirling mass of uncertainty, there emerged a figure of immense power and authority, Zeus, the king of the gods. He was not merely a ruler, he was the embodiment of order and justice, a beacon of hope for the weak, and a relentless enforcer of cosmic law. His presence commanded respect, and his will shaped the very fabric of existence. Yet, behind the thunderous storms and the crackling bolts of lightning lay a complex being, one whose heart was as tumultuous as the skies he governed.
Born to Cronus and Rhea, Zeus was destined for greatness. His early life was marked by struggle and survival, as he narrowly escaped his father's insatiable hunger for power, a hunger that led Cronus to swallow his own children. Rhea, determined to save her youngest son, hid him away in the caves of Crete, where he was nurtured by nymphs and fed on honey and the milk of the divine goat, Amalthea. This nurturing would forge in him a spirit of resilience and strength, qualities that would later define his reign as the king of the gods.
As he grew, so did his ambitions. Zeus was not content to remain hidden in the shadows of his father's tyranny. He gathered allies, including his brothers Hades and Poseidon, and together they conspired against Cronus. The Titan War was a cataclysmic struggle, a battle of epic proportions that shook the very foundations of the earth. With each clash of titanic forces, Zeus emerged as a leader, wielding his thunderbolt with precision and fury, striking down his father and the other titans. The victory was not merely a triumph of might, it was a restoration of order, a reclamation of the universe from the clutches of chaos.
With Cronus defeated, Zeus ascended to Mount Olympus, where he established his throne, a seat of power that symbolized justice and authority. He became the arbiter of divine law, the protector of mortals, and the punisher of those who dared defy the cosmic order. Yet, for all his might, Zeus was not without his flaws. His heart, though noble, was susceptible to desire, and his passions often led him down paths fraught with complications and consequences.
Zeus's romantic escapades were legendary, tales woven into the very fabric of mythology. His charm was irresistible, and many mortal and divine beings fell victim to his allure. From the beautiful mortal Alcmene, with whom he fathered the hero Heracles, to the goddess Hera, his queen, whose jealousy often ignited storms of conflict, Zeus's relationships were a tapestry of love, betrayal, and strife. Each affair seemed to draw him deeper into a web of intrigue, where the boundaries of love and power blurred, and the consequences of his actions rippled through the cosmos. The tale of Europa is one such story, one that began with a simple, innocent encounter. Europa, a Phoenician princess, was gathering flowers in a meadow when Zeus, struck by her beauty, transformed himself into a magnificent white bull. He approached her gently, allowing her to stroke his sleek, powerful form. Enchanted by the creature, Europa climbed onto his back, and in an instant, the bull leapt into the sea, carrying her away to Crete. There, Zeus revealed his true identity, and their union bore the fruits of love and legacy, giving rise to a lineage that would shape the future of nations. Yet, with every act of passion, came the specter of jealousy and revenge. Hera, Zeus's wife, was not one to overlook his transgressions. Her wrath was fierce, and she often sought to punish those who dared to capture Zeus's attention. The tale of Io is a poignant example of this divine drama. Io, a mortal priestess, caught Zeus's eye, and in a moment of passion, she became another victim of his desires. To protect her from Hera's jealousy, Zeus transformed Io into a heifer, a move that only intensified Hera's fury. She sent a gadfly to torment the poor creature, driving Io to wander the earth in despair. It was a cruel reminder that even the mightiest of gods could be ensnared by their own passions, leading to suffering for those caught in their wake. As the years passed, Zeus's dual role as a protector and punisher became increasingly apparent. He was revered by mortals who sought his favor and feared by those who dared to defy him. His judgment was swift and unyielding. The story of Lycaon, a king who dared to challenge Zeus's divinity by serving him human flesh, serves as a chilling reminder of the consequences of hubris. In a fit of rage, Zeus turned Lycaon into a wolf, a punishment that echoed through the ages, symbolizing the transformation of man into beast when he strayed from the path of righteousness. Yet, amidst the tales of punishment and retribution, there were also stories of mercy and protection. Zeus was known to intervene on behalf of the weak and oppressed, wielding his power to shield those who could not defend themselves. The tale of the Trojan War is a testament to this duality. As the conflict unfolded, Zeus found himself torn between his desire for order and the chaos that engulfed the battlefield. He sought to maintain balance, often intervening to protect those who deserved mercy while punishing those who reveled in cruelty. His decisions were not always clear-cut, and the consequences of his actions rippled through the lives of mortals and gods alike. The war was a complex tapestry of alliances and betrayals where love and hatred intertwined. Zeus watched as heroes rose and fell, each decision weighing heavily on his conscience. The story of Achilles, a warrior of unmatched prowess, is particularly poignant. Zeus favored Achilles, recognizing his potential to change the tide of war. Yet, the pride and rage of Achilles led to devastating consequences, not just for himself, but for those around him. In a moment of reflection, Zeus pondered the nature of fate and free will, realizing that even the mightiest among mortals were subject to the whims of destiny. As the war raged on, Zeus's role as a protector became increasingly complicated. He was forced to navigate the treacherous waters of divine politics, balancing the desires of other gods who sought to manipulate the outcome for their own gain. Hera, Athena, and Poseidon each had their own agendas, and Zeus found himself caught in a web of conflicting interests. The struggle for power among the gods mirrored the chaos on the battlefield, a reminder that even in the realm of the divine, order was a fragile illusion. Amidst the turmoil, Zeus's compassion shone through. He often sent omens and signs to guide mortals, offering them a chance to seek redemption. The tale of Aeneas, a Trojan hero destined to found a new city, illustrates this divine intervention. Zeus recognized Aeneas's potential to bring about a new era of peace and prosperity. He shielded him from harm, guiding him through the chaos of war and ultimately leading him to his destiny. In this way, Zeus fulfilled his role as a protector, ensuring that hope endured even in the darkest of times. As the war drew to a close, Zeus's heart was heavy with the weight of the choices he had made. The destruction wrought upon the land and the suffering of mortals weighed upon him, a reminder that power came with responsibility. He stood upon Mount Olympus, surveying the aftermath of the conflict, and in that moment, he understood the delicate balance between justice and mercy. The echoes of war resonated in his mind, a haunting reminder that even the king of the gods could not escape the consequences of his actions. In the years that followed, Zeus continued to uphold order and justice, but he did so with a newfound wisdom. He learned to listen, to understand the complexities of the mortal experience. He sought counsel from his fellow gods and goddesses, recognizing that even the most powerful among them were not infallible. His relationships with Hera, Athena, and the other Olympians evolved, marked by a deeper understanding of their perspectives and desires. Yet, the shadows of his past still lingered. His romantic escapades continued to draw the ire of Hera, whose jealousy remained a potent force. The tension between them often erupted into fierce arguments, shaking the very foundations of Olympus. Yet, amidst the strife, there were moments of tenderness and reconciliation. Zeus learned to navigate the complexities of love, understanding that true strength lay not just in power but in vulnerability and connection. In time, the stories of Zeus became legends, woven into the tapestry of human history. Mortals recounted his deeds, both noble and flawed, and in doing so, they found reflections of their own struggles. They saw in Zeus a figure who embodied the duality of existence, the protector and the punisher, the lover and the betrayer.
His story became a mirror through which they could explore their own lives, their own choices, and the consequences that followed. As the ages passed, Zeus remained a symbol of order and justice, a reminder that even in a world fraught with chaos, there existed a force that sought to uphold balance. His legacy endured, not just as a king of gods, but as a complex being who grappled with the intricacies of love, power, and morality. The tales of his exploits echoed through time, reminding all who heard them that even the mightiest among us are shaped by our choices, our desires, and our capacity for compassion. In the end, Zeus stood not just as a ruler, but as a testament to the enduring struggle for justice in a world often marred by chaos. His story, rich with triumphs and tribulations, served as a reminder that the pursuit of order and justice is a journey fraught with challenges, but one that ultimately defines the essence of the divine. And so, the legacy of Zeus, the king of the gods, continued to resonate through the ages, a timeless narrative of power, love, and the eternal quest for balance in the universe.